Yo, it's your boy Taryn the Black. Today is January 21st, 2016, 2026. Year of our Lord. This is Nerdish episode 35. Yeah, 35. Got a couple things to go over. If y'all can't tell, I'm a little under the weather, man. Got a little sinus infection, Nothing to hold your homie down, man. But Knights of Seven Kingdoms. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I'll talk about the first episode a little bit. That'd be quick. A quick breakdown of who's who and everything. More Corey versus Anton Daniels. I'm gonna say Anton Jackson. Anton Daniels. And a couple more other things. If y'all don't know right now, while I was late, I had to go get some firewood, man. I stopped at the store. All the firewood sold out, damn near. I had to go to the country a little bit, and that kind of lasted a little bit too long and whatnot. Hold on, let me see. So, yeah, that lasted a little long. Had a little incident to it. I talk about it on another live. But, yeah, man, so before I get on that, man, I just saw this going through. Somebody put Contra on their tailpipe. They tail light. I thought that was dope. If I could do that in my tail light, man, I would do it, man. Unless Mustang makes something for the little, the trunk lid, man, that's kind of dope. I don't know what kind of car that is. I can't tell what kind of car it is, but that's kind of dope. All right. This Knights of Seven Kingdom. I have the book right. Where we find the book? Look, right. Got the book right here. Avid Game of Thrones fan. So this is about pretty much Sir Duncan the Tall. If y'all watch Game of Thrones season, he's been referenced all through the whole I just went blank. I'm sorry. Through the whole Game of Thrones series, from like Sansa and Jaime talked about him a lot. Not Sansa, Brienne and Jaime talk about him a lot. Bran talk about him a lot in the early, because he's always referenced. So this is his origin story, pretty much. It happens 100 years for the events of Game of Thrones. So just FYI, if y'all do watch this show, there are people that's still alive from this show that's in the regular series. They might reference here and there later on or whatever. Just pay attention. And this is basically how he became Sir Duncan. Like, pretty much he's what you call a hedge knight. Hedge knight is a knight without like a liege lord. So it's kind of like a Ronin in Japanese culture, where they or samurai without like a leader or whatever. They kind of like a Ronin. They're kind of like a rogue or whatever. So in Westeros and Game of Thrones lore, I think it's in regular lore too, hedge knights were typically either they were just grinding with their wherever the Lord died, and they were just grinding from that house or whatever, or they never got fully knighted and everything. They never got really knighted. It's few instances where you become a hedge knight, or you just call yourself a knight or whatever. So there's supposed to be like law, like a whole laws and stuff, because like you take oaths to become a knight. You have to take oath of you're supposed to take oath to like the kingdom and your lordship or whatever. And you have to have a witness and everything. It's basically feudal system. So this is basically his story, and he meets a boy named Egg. And you're gonna find out more about Egg later on. I'm not gonna spoil that surprise, but if you know, you know. And so here's Sir Dunk. Oh, hold up. Why is this? All right, there you go. This Sir Duncan. So if you remember, if y'all watched the show, he has the biggest chapter out of all all the knights in the King's Guard. So I'll tell you this, he ended up becoming one of that's why they call him Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Ends up becoming one of the knights of the White Cloaks. They the ones that's supposed to protect the king and everything. As the king's king and royal family personal bodyguard. So the controversy, it's one controversy going on with this show. So basically they did an edgy scene. So if you know anything about Game of Thrones, they kind of get away with more of the sexual stuff on HBO. They kind of gray the lines a little bit, blur the lines. So there was a scene where they were playing like the Game of Thrones theme song, and he was like talking about what he gonna do since it's up. So this is a little recap. The person that he was squiring for, I forgot his name. It's so many damn sirs and knights and stuff. Let me see. They got that over here. I'll go look right here. I don't know why my computer running weird. So it's early from birth member. So he was a bastard. He came from like pretty much he came from the bottom. So yeah, all of from Pennytree was that he was a hedge knight, and he took him as a new squire. So so this is during the whole time of the end of the Blackfire Rebellion. You probably heard a lot of it in the show if you watch the show. And this is like the aftermath of that. But yeah, Arlen Pennytree was his knight he was squiring for. So basically, he was doing like an inner monologue, talking about what he could go do and try to make a name for himself. After he buried the knight he was squiring for, right? So he was talking about. Let me go back over here. He was talking about, yeah, I could go do this, I go do this, and go do this. But they played the Game of Thrones theme song. Then he ended up defecating, taking the shit, doing the whole thing, and they actually showed it. So it was kind of like a shock, one of them shocking scenes or whatever. And this show is supposed to be the more lighthearted and not as nihilistic as Game of Thrones proper, or like even Fire and Blood, well, House of the Dragon. So yeah, it came out shocking. A lot of people was like, man, they didn't really need to see that. Understand? So like, nobody wants to see a grown man taking a dump, and you see everything. So it was kind of weird. But like, overall, I like the episode. That part was part of the only thing I really didn't like. Everything else, like it shows like how dense this, because the whole point of this character is like he's kind of like a Forrest Gump of a Song of Ice and Fire, where he doesn't really know what's going on, but he knows what's supposed to go on, but he doesn't really know what's going on around him. He's not really keen on um, sarcasm. He's not really keen on like people fuck with, screwing around with him. He's kind of going walking around aimlessly and stuff, but he's like he really believe in the whole idea of being a knight, everything. And yeah, that you often see people like he takes everything super serious. And he thinks everybody else take it super serious, but everybody pretty much going through the motions. They go through the motions and everything. Like when he would try to go to his whole plan is to go to the tourney of the tourney of what tourney was he going to? I think Ashford Metal. Yeah, Ashford Metal. And that's if you know what Ashford Metal is, it's in the Reach. And that's where High Garden, that's where Tyrell's running the show. And you remember in the regular show that the Tyrells, they were one with like Marjorie and old girl that used to be a bond lady. Oh, I forgot her name too. She been in everything. But George is kind of mad at that scene because he feel like they're kind of dissing him a little bit, which they kind of are dissing him. He probably right about that. So that's the controversy. So basically, let's get back to the he bears his the night he was squiring. Then he plans to go to Ashford Metal to get an attorney. So basically, he ends up taking his horses. He got 3 horses. Like he got his master horse, and he got the one that carries the luggage horse, and he got the horse. So he's already plotting what he could go do to make more money, whatever. With and that's when he came up with the going to the tourney. So he ended up stopping at the end. He meets this dude right here. They don't say his name, but it's Darren the drunkard. And now one common theme with all the Song of Ice and Fire stories, there's always that one person that dreamed the crazy dreams. So in this show, it's gonna be Darren the drunkard. And Darren, I believe his brother is the king. So Prince Maker is his. So that's the one of the heirs to the throne, and Darren is one of his sons, and he got a couple more sons too. So yeah, Darren, he drinks a lot because he see vivid dreams of things that he could see what the future and stuff. So that's why he drinks. And he had a little scene with Dunk said, "Hey, get away from me! I seen what you're gonna become and do this and do that." Kind of pre-curse him. So he's a big deal. Then eventually Dunk finds a little boy named Egg. Actually, he finds a little boy named Egg first about he thought he was like the horse hand or whatever, the stable boy, to deal with his horse and all that. So he deals with that. Then he goes to get something to eat. That's when he met Darren Targaryen. And then he comes out and he sees the boy Egg on his horses acting like a knight and everything. So he kind of goes off on him a little bit. And he decides he's gonna leave and head out to Ashford Meadow, but Egg won't come with him, and he shuns Egg or whatever. He eventually goes to Ashford Meadow. I'm just recapping everything. He tries to meet his knight, the one he was serving under, his liege lord, which is the Lord of Ashford. So yeah, you got so he's going through the whole thing aimlessly, not knowing not really taking social cues, and you just, but you seeing how that world works. It's kind of a little world building. Like he meets people training. And I forgot who they call, man. It's so many damn names. The Fossil Ways. He finds the Fossil Ways squad, and one the one is Rodden. I forgot his name. He's the heir to the Fossil Ways stronghold and everything. We'll find his cousin, and they were going at it and everything. That's a good scene, but it shows that it shows the personality traits of both groups, and take note of that. That's gonna be a big thing later on in the season. Then eventually, he went to go meet Lana Baratheon, and Lana Baratheon, dude plays him pretty good, very sarcastic and everything. They call him the laughing storm. So y'all know who the Baratheons are. Baratheon on the regular show, that's like Robert, Stannis, and that's the except once they did. Hold up, because he was on. Let's see. Renly, yeah, Renly. So Robert, Renly, and Stannis. That's so Lana is their uncle. That's their uncle. His brother is Osmond Baratheon. I think he died. Yeah, so that's Stannis' uncle. Again, this is 100 years before the he's a young man at this time. He's pretty young. He's like youngish. I would say he's like right in his 30s and stuff right now. So yeah, he'll be in his 30s. So you see the whole .com between them and everything. And he goes back to his campsite. I'm talking about Dunk. He goes back. He deals with that situation. He actually have a good long talk with Lionel. Lionel kind of respects him a little bit. He kind of think he's dumb a little bit too. So it was more of like he just wanted to be treated like a regular person. And Dunk kind of provides that. He kind of talked to him like a human instead of like a lord and everything. So he kind of enjoyed that. He found a keenness to him or whatever, right? So after that scene, he ended up meeting with Lord Ashford and got shot a little bit. Then eventually he went back to his campsite. He found Egg there, and that's where it ends. So it's a lot of world building, good acting. Because Lionel, to me, he stole the first show. He's a pretty good actor. I forgot who plays him. Let me see. Let's see. Forgot who plays him. No, I'm sorry. He was looking for the Lord Dondarrion. That's who he was looking for, and that's who Dunk was looking for. So it ends at them at the campsite. Him and Egg, and he agreed to let Egg become his squire. So overall, let me look at the rating on this. 8.4. I pretty much agree with that. It kind of sets up everything, especially with Darren and Egg. They with dialogue with Egg and Dunk is pretty good. It's kind of it had me chuckling a little bit because Egg kind of challenged him, but he's actually a good dude, you know. Yeah, they actually cut that boy hair and everything. So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And 8.4. I'll probably say 8 straight up because the shitting scene, I didn't even need to see that. And then it was one scene where the dude kept on spitting loogies in a spit thing. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Man, that's what would be going on. Hygiene was at a premium there and whatever during that time. So I'll give it an 8. 8.4, I can see that. Hold up. So that's that.